Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can tell, we are not going to be doing a Dr. Cliff vlog today. I wanted to take this opportunity to jump on with my good friend and colleague, Dr. Amit Gosalia, who is the co-owner of West Valley Hearing Center in Woodland Hills, California. Dr. Gosalia, thanks for taking some time out of your day to join us here on the channel.
Yeah, it's been really busy here, sitting around at the hotel doing nothing.
Yeah.
So
Well,
happy to jump on.
yeah, absolutely. The greatly appreciated. Just to give the viewers here a little bit of insight, we wanted to share some information about individuals who have hearing loss, who may have lost things in the fire, lost, chargers, hearing aids, cochlear implants, things of that nature. Here inside of the video here today. But can you just give us a little bit of a rundown of your experience out there? From what I can tell from all of your posts here recently, you actually had to evacuate, but could you just give the viewers a little understanding of you out there and if everything's all right with you?
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. We had to evacuate last night from Brentwood. We live in Brentwood, which is on the west side of Los Angeles, right next to the Pacific Palisades, which you've heard about, I'm sure, in the news. Completely decimated. Very sad situation. And I apologize for all the noise and the distractions. We had to move. We dropped out about 15, 20 minutes away from where we live, down to Marina Del Rey in a hotel. So everyone here is evacuated. Every person I've talked to so far that's here either lost their homes completely. I just met a lady on the elevator on the way down, completely lost her home. She's literally living out of bags. So it's a bad situation. I think there's some positives. I think and hopefully your viewers know I'm a very positive person. I know that us, even though we were in a mandatory evacuation zone and the fires were pretty close, we're crossing our fingers. Everything's going to be okay for us personally. But it's not about us. I think it's about the community, and the community's hurting quite a bit. So yeah, I appreciate you asking.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the viewers of this channel have seen you a couple times. You've been on the Dr. Cliff show multiple times over the course of the years that we've been running it. But, anytime that a natural disaster hits like this, one of the aspects of it is that individuals who have hearing loss can tend to struggle going through these times, especially if they've lost in, floods or fires, things of that nature, their hearing devices, or, individuals with cochlear implants. If, depending on how quickly you had to evacuate, which to my understanding, those fires spread really, really quickly, and there may not have been time for people to actually get their hearing related supplies out of their houses. So anytime that something like this happens, and again, this is something that actually happened out in California back in 2019, the last time that you had to evacuate. So what would some, just general tips or things that you can share with individuals who've lost, hearing aids, cochlear implants, things of that nature? What advice would you provide?
Yeah, that's great information. The reality is that some people only had 5 minutes to get out of their house, which caught on fire immediately. We talked about the most important things to take, which is, documents, very important documents, identification stuff. However, hearing is vital, right? It's very critical in these situations where we're getting updated alerts. We've got people on the streets. Uh, I was out in Santa Monica helping some folks, and you could hear the police on their loudspeakers going basically neighborhood to neighborhood, block by block, yelling on the loudspeakers, evacuate now. And there are police going door to door, knocking on the doors. And you can imagine if you can't hear this, you may not even know to do something. So in those very quick moments, a lot of, we're not even that close to the Palisades. We're like 20, 30 minutes north of the Palisades. And we dealt with numerous patients. One who sent me a beautiful note, because I reached out to her because I knew she lived in the Palisades. And sure enough, she lost everything. And of course, just like so many other people, leaving in that hurry, you don't think about grabbing hearing aid batteries, your chargers, if you have rechargeable hearing aids, if you have a cochlear implant, your accessories and things that help you communicate and hear. You don't think about those things. There's so many other things on your mind. And so when they've left them behind, those batteries on those hearing aids might last, anywhere from 20 to 50 hours, which doesn't get you very far. So I think you asked me what are some of the tips and things that we can do to help. And this isn't just about us in our clinic. Of course, we're 100%, 110% willing to help anybody that needs our help. And there are some great audiologists and hearing care providers in Santa Monica who I have talked to personally, along with Beverly Hills, who are ready to help as well. And I know they've been helping a lot of patients as well. But we have talked to, at least I have personally, either been reached out to or have reached out to a few companies, and they're all 100% willing to help to replace lost hearing aids, lost or left behind chargers, even batteries and accessories for your cochlear implants, and they will actually replace them at no charge. A couple of them has said, they've got claim forms and whatever. We'll help manage that and mitigate all those things to help people get the things they need to be able to communicate. So, Starkey has been fantastic. We use a little bit of Starkey right now, and I can tell you that from the CEO to almost every executive at the company, along with our reps, they've all reached out to me personally with phone calls, text messages, DMs saying, "Hey, what can we do? How can we help?" And I said, "Well, you know what? I don't need the help personally. I appreciate it. Let's do something for our patients." And they immediately jumped in. Oticon, which, we use a lot of Oticon in our office. Same thing. They reached out saying, "Hey, whatever we can do, we're going to do it. You just ask." Signia, my rep from Signia and the company put out an email. Kind of same thing. Who else? Phonak has come out. I talked to a couple of them as well. And don't get me wrong, those are the 4 hearing aid companies who have reached out to me personally. However, I know, I can't say for a fact, but I'm pretty sure for a fact, Widex, Resound, Unitron, et cetera, they're all willing to help as well. All we have to do is ask. And it's heartwarming to see because, these chargers and all these things, there's a cost involved, but these companies are willing to help. And I think that says something. And Cochlear, by the way, Cochlear Corporation also put out an email saying, "Hey, if you lost, accessories, I know there's not a very big cochlear implant population, but there's many that need it. And so those accessories like microphones and things like that, they will actually replace." So you can reach out to us. You can reach out to, I'm happy to share some of the clinic names if you want. Just let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it sounds like we talked a little bit earlier about your clinic. It seems like your clinic is going to come out of this okay. Obviously, we can't say for sure. The Woodland Hills area is a little bit north of where that Palisades fire is right now. But, to my recollection, at least on social media, I heard that there was an audiology clinic in the area that did get burned down. And I believe that there is a GoFundMe page for that. I'll try to find that and put it in the description of this video for anyone who wants to help with that. So obviously you can help inside your clinic if you can find your work clothes or something other than shorts to wear to work on Monday. Hopefully, I know that you jam-packed your car trying to get as much stuff out of your place as possible. But there were a couple other clinics in the general outlying areas that you had actually sent me. I'll put those in the description of the video as well. Looks like Dr. Stephen Kirsch at Kirsch Audiology, Dr. Melissa Alexander at Alexander Audiology, and then Dr. Matthew and Keith Michaels at Arcade Hearing Aid Center. It seems like all of those clinics are ready and willing to help anyone who've been displaced if their clinic is no longer there or they don't know where to go to get help. And again, I'll make sure that we have those linked in the description here at this point. But hopefully this is not something we have to go through very often. We've had obviously a hurricane here recently affecting the southeastern United States, putting individuals with hearing loss in a really difficult situation there. Now we've got the fire out here in California. Don't know how long it's going to take to recover, but usually in these situations, and you've been in this profession longer than I have, usually audiologists and hearing instrument specialists will kind of band together to make sure that individuals with hearing loss are taken care of.
Yeah, let me point out a couple things real quick, and then I want to touch on the last thing. So, the Palisades fire was the big. It's still active. It's the biggest one. There's another one up in Pasadena. It's called the Eaton Fire. That is a huge one, and that's the one that actually took out 3 audiologists, one who I'm very familiar with, and 2 who I've never met, but that doesn't matter. Just burned down their homes, and that's a sad situation. So it's not just the Palisades fire, even though I know that that's affecting us. We also had the Kenneth fire, which was up in West Hills, which you talked about. The Kenneth fire was looked like it was going to be a big fire up in the West Hills area. Affected our clinic to the point where we finally closed down. Actually, we didn't see patients on Friday just to keep everyone kind of safe. That being said, there are a lot of help in those three clinics. They're great people, by the way. I appreciate all three of them reaching out and talking to me and making sure that they were available. But they're all in Santa Monica, which is in a evacuation zone now as well. Dr. Saul Marzar is over in Beverly Hills. He's been helping a lot of patients as well. And there are many others who I can't even name everybody, but so many people have reached out. And you're right about everyone banding together. I've received hundreds of messages from hearing care providers, audiologists all around the country, even international, saying, "What can we do to help?" Right now, I think we're still in a position where we're just trying to kind of take care of the fires first, so we can get it down to kind of a baseline, and then we can go from there. But right now, I think the immediate need, at least for our patients, is to get those things done. So,
Did notice you're wearing your Brophy t-shirt there as well
oh
for
yeah,
this. So
yeah,
little shout out to
little,
Arizona here.
yeah, class of '93. One of my colleagues in high school who, I'm sure many of you know, back in '96 and 2000, the U.S. Olympics, he was our gold medal swimmer. Gary Hall Jr. unfortunately lived in the Palisades. He lost everything, all of his gold and silver medals, all gone. He had a little business where he was teaching kids how to swim. Good buddy of mine, and it's very sad. He's basically, he has nothing left here, so I don't know if he'll ever come back, but he's gone. But yeah, you're right. The local stuff is really important. Of course, I'm a Brophy guy from Phoenix, and our philosophy is meant for others, and we live that philosophy every day. I don't know any other Brophy guy that doesn't do that. It's a strong community as well.
Yeah, yeah. So if you are someone who has hearing loss and you've been displaced, or you don't have a clinic to go to anymore, you can literally go into any audiology clinic in the greater LA area, and they will absolutely help you out and make sure that they get in contact with whatever hearing aid manufacturer, with whatever cochlear implant manufacturer devices that you're wearing, and they can reach out to that manufacturer and make sure that they get whatever those devices are or supplies are replaced for you. And I don't think there'll be any question from those clinics to make that happen. So I think
if there are any questions, don't have them reach out to me. I listen right now. I joked earlier. I really have nothing going on because we're just sitting in a hotel. But we're happy to help, right? I can point other providers to whoever they need to talk to and make those connections so that we can take care of our patients.
That's perfect. Yeah, so we'll try to put some of your contact info to reach out to you at your clinic. I'll put some additional resources, anything that I can find, put in the description of this video. Guys, feel free to comment in the comment section of this video if you have specific questions that we can go in and answer for you to make sure that you're taken care of. And hopefully this is the last time we'll ever have to do a video like this. Depending on how long we're in this profession, it probably won't be the last time that we do this, unfortunately. But the good thing, I think the key takeaway here is, other than, hearing care professionals supporting other hearing care professionals' patients to make sure that they're taken care of, is that the manufacturers of these hearing devices during times of crisis tend to step up. And I know that they sometimes catch a bad rap from consumers, who feel like the manufacturers don't have their best interests in heart, but they absolutely do. And I know you and I interact with them on a weekly basis, sometimes daily basis. They want to make sure people can hear, and so they're willing to do whatever is necessary in times of crisis to support the hearing loss community. And I think that says a lot about them as a company.
Great. And if I can part with a little funny, you talked about the hurricanes. I was in Florida when the hurricanes happened. Now I'm here in LA and the fires. I would just stay away from me. Listen.
Do not come back home to visit again, Amit. I mean, come on now. I don't need that. I don't. In fact, the last time that you came in, didn't my clinic flood? I'm trying to remember if that was my clinic flooded when you came out to visit that last time.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
Jeez, golly. Okay, well, I guess that's the key takeaway from this video. Little bit of light humor here at the end of it. But Amit, hey, thanks for taking some time out of your day. I know that given that you've been displaced and you're just hanging out at a hotel, you don't really have a whole lot of stuff to do. So maybe this was hopefully a little bit of somewhat of a time killer for you. And we'll let you get back to it, though. I know that you've had hundreds of people reach out to you, sending you their thoughts and prayers. And of course, we wish you the best. Don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything from me, as you know.
I appreciate it, buddy. Thanks. Thanks so
Awesome.
much.
Yep. Take care. All right, guys. So there you go. If you have any questions at all, like I said, leave them down in the comments section of this video. I will post several different links in the comments section if you're looking for different organizations or other things to donate to if you really want to help. We may have a follow up with once we start getting into recovery mode from this. Right now, it's still crisis mode. Got to be able to get devices back in people's ears and supplies so they can especially charge their hearing aids, charge their cochlear implants, things of that nature. But we'll go back to our regularly scheduled vlogs next week, and take care.